All right, so you guys come through this. You guys are in the fog. You're at the bridge, the river flowing through it, and so you're about to cross the river Ivlis and head down the Svalich Road into a dark forest just ahead of you.
Cool.
All right.
How wide does the river look?
The river is about 50 foot from end to end, and the bridge
Oh,
spans
big river.
that.
Big river. Okay.
You know, in hindsight, it might have been a little smart, perhaps, that we'd picked up a map of the lands before we embarked. I don't suppose you know the general direction, do you, Ireena?
What Ireena would know is that if you follow the Svalich Road, the road that you guys are on, it should take you directly to Valaki and directly to the old Wogrander where you're supposed to meet Eastmark.
She promptly conveys this information.
Oh, good. Either way, our objective right now is to get some distance between ourselves and the city, and to keep an eye on our trail, make sure we're not being followed by nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Set up camp, keep moving, meet with Ismark. He'll help us get to Valaki.
All right, so are you guys heading across the bridge then?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone is back, right? Hildegard, you're here, correct?
Uh-oh.
Huh?
Hildy? Oh, she's having mic trouble. I can see her token lighting up, but she is not currently speaking. Actually, I think I know what the problem is for you, Hildegard, too. I think it's switching between... Well, no, you're using your phone mic, right? So never mind. Yeah, try rebooting Discord again. And giving that a go, but that's the only... There we go. All right, so I'll just move it on for now, guys. So we are going to move you guys across, and you get to right on the bridge, and
How about now?
there we go.
Works.
Yes.
You get to right about the end of the bridge, and the mist is just heavy and dark, and you can barely see a little bit ahead of you. And just ahead, coming out of the mist, you see some motion, and hear some kind of, and you see and slowly shapes starting to take form as they're coming out of the mist. Clearly, these shapes are not moving fast, nor do they look alive, and they're covered in dirt and earthworms and just like rotting corpses, freshly risen. Why couldn't I say that? That was like a tongue twister. Freshly risen from the ground, and they're kind of crawling and clawing and limping their way towards you guys. And you actually hear it behind you on the other side of the bridge as well, coming out of the mist. You guys had no idea that they were following you or where they came from. And then you hear a voice call from just at the edge of the mist, and you see a silhouette. Hello. You did not think I would let you take my plaything without a proper goodbye, did you? And with that, I am going to switch you guys over to here.
Oh,
And I need everybody to select their tokens. Make sure your token is selected. And open your character sheet and roll initiative.
Oh
I'm scared. Oh
That
no.
fucking Strahd.
no! Oh my god, that is Strahd.
He's there. Oh shit.
What I got? Oh, fun!
Wow, guys, these
Oh,
initiative rolls.
And Strahd just rolled a
Oh
20.
shit.
Really shocked here. Good God, 24?
We're level 3.
Yeah, he rolled a natural 20.
Wait, what?
Yeah, because it's
Perfect.
highlighted in yellow.
He's
You guys could help me.
We're both.
Give me a second, guys. I've got 3 different character sheets to roll initiative.
Yeah, no,
for.
you're fine. Chance is definitely wishing that he had his mark. Oh
Regrets.
shit.
Oh no.
All right, so now let's see how this initiative really looks once I open it up and go for descending. Oh, Strahd goes first.
Oh, great.
Uh-oh.
Shit.
All right, so currently he stands there, and he's just standing there. You guys see him kind of every once in a while, the fog will kind of go, and you'll see his features standing there, his hair kind of billowing in the wind, and his cloak, and he's just looking at you, and he kind of has a smile on his face, and he's just standing there, and he points at Ireena, and he kind of gives a quick come here motion, and besides that. That is it. That brings us to Yog.
Wait, is he hot?
He looks like a shaved Chris Hemsworth with long brown hair.
Do we get a handout?
Yeah, actually, I don't think is there a handout?
Oh,
Yeah,
sure,
actually
there's gotta
there
be a
is.
handout for
Absolutely.
Strahd.
Grace,
Oh,
I
I think
respect you
the,
and judge you.
Oh, hello. I'll think of my initiative order. And Chase, judge me all you want.
I do it out of love because I'm probably also in the same spot where you are right now.
Chase, yeah, no, you and me, girl, forever.
Yeah.
All right, so Yog, what are you up to?
Alright, Yog with his great mind for tactics is gonna do the most tactical thing he can think of and run in headfirst and rage. And take a reckless swing at the closest thing.
Hey, I gotta move your token for just a second so I can add you a turn, Ireena.
Yog, you are my new favorite.
Do you have any? Oh, so you rolled in a 9 on initiative. All right, that would be a definite hit for how many points of damage?
17.
Nice.
Let me see if they have any resistances. This one in particular does not. So you go at it with a rage and you just chop down and you split it like right at the clavicle and it just kind of splits apart and it's still kind of clawing at you, split most of the way, and your axe comes out with a crunch. Is that turn?
And that will be his turn.
And that brings us to their turn, the zombies' turn. So the one in front of you, we will start with that. And guys, if you see me misroll something, by all means, feel free to call me out. He just kind of swings at you with his claws. Does an 18 hit you
That's it.
for 2
Yep.
points of bludgeoning damage.
Alright.
Blood. Thump. And this one, what's their speed? This one takes a swing at you. That's a miss.
No, it's not, because he used the
Oh,
reckless
yeah.
swing, so that's a 17 on the hit.
17 as a hit. Yep.
Only another point of damage though. Not bad.
No, that's total. So now he's taking 5 points.
Well, depending on how you half that, because of the rage, that would be 2 points of damage.
No, it's 3. So I round down, so you only take 1. You're right. 5, 10, 15. That's all we can get to. Poor Yog is getting the brunt of the attacks. 18 hits.
That's 8.
6 bludgeoning, halved. So 3.
Oof.
And that is it for the zombies. And that brings us to, the zombies that they just kind of gimp over and getting there clawing it at poor Yog as he just kind of charges in like a madman. You guys getting a little nervous as most of you have seen what happens when he goes this route. Nyla, that brings us to you.
Okay. So I will seeing that Yog's kind of in trouble, I guess I'll like bonus action dash over to this one, and then I will hit it with short sword.
All right, go ahead.
$11.
That is a regular zombie. The regular zombie, that does hit.
Awesome. Okay. 10 damage.
You go up to it and you jam your sword into its gut and kind of cut a nice little slice across it. It doesn't bleed, but you kind of get grossed out as a little set of intestines kind of flop onto your feet for a moment.
Scream a little.
And that brings us to the Strahd zombies' turn. Now, these zombies seem to move a little bit faster, a little bit more purpose. They kind of they're focused in a little bit more on things. So let me see what their movement is. Their movement is really no better than the others. So this one comes up to Yog. Now they're moving a little bit faster. The first thing that comes at you with Yog is like it's leading with its jaw, and it's definitely coming at you with a bite. Is it still advantage or no? Yes, right?
Yep.
That's 4
Until
points.
his next turn.
That's 4 points of piercing damage. 7 points of slashing. Ah, jeez, and 6 slashing. God, I hate doing that much damage to one person. I try to
Remember,
make
it's
sense,
half
though.
for him.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I'd rather
Yeah,
do
you're-
it to the barbarian.
Mm-hmm.
After all these attacks, you've barely breached, gone above 10 damage. So.
Good. Yeah, that's you know me, guys. I don't pull punches, but I also don't like to see anybody get their ass handed to them either. So. Yeah, that one can just with his movement, he can only get to Yog. So at least I don't do flanking. That's still advantage anyway. So the bite is a miss. The claw, natural 20.
It's a crit.
That's 8 points.
What?
So 4 points of slashing damage. And one more claw. Whoosh, that's a miss.
Right,
And-
just for the record, Yoga is starting to bleed a bit.
All right, so you guys are seeing these zombies. They're kind of piling up around Yog as he charged in with his axe, just fearlessly, recklessly. And they're piling up around him. And that brings us to Ireena.
Oh, wait, wasn't I standing behind them all?
Yes, I'm sorry, I forgot to move you
You're
back to
standing
where you're
kind of like
supposed to
back
be.
here.
Yeah, I had to move
Yeah.
you back, move you up so I could see your token to get your turn at it. But that's fine. Go ahead.
All right, and there's no compelling to move. I'm still in control of myself.
As of now,
No
yes.
vampire Okay. Shocked by the face, she just under her breath, Strahd, and hesitates to move. She can't find the means to move, but she can find the means to attempt to help Yog, and she's going to cast Daring Strike at first level. No.
What about this
First.
zombie here too, by the way?
Oh yeah. All right. So he can only move 4, so he didn't get anywhere. But thank you though. Take a point of inspiration for your honesty.
Let me see. 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm going to cast it at. I think Ensnaring Strike is only a 5-foot space, one person.
Yeah, it looks like it.
I'll cast it on this one right here, if I can pulse. That one right there. Yes,
Okay,
that
so
one.
actually what it reads is you're casting it on yourself. So that's your bonus
Oh.
action. And what happens is when you attack a creature with a weapon of any kind, that creature then,
Well, longbow time.
yeah, there you go. So yeah, that's probably what you want to do. So that would be ensnaring strike, and then yeah, once you hit a weapon, then the creature gets. Oh, that's definitely a hit.
Nice.
Start with damage.
All right, and damage is the same way, correct?
You actually hit the word longbow in the chat window, like where you just rolled
Oh,
the
good.
19 and the 17. You'd hit the word longbow. Oh, there you go. So we'll go with the first one, which was
Oh.
3.
Too many. Sorry about that.
That's fine. It happens.
So the one right in front of Nyla, hopefully she'll be able to do something about that.
Awesome.
It won't let me select its token. Why? Here we go. Now this arrow just whizzes past your head and hits this thing, and it kind of sticks in its nest. And then you see some kind of a writhing mass of vines starting to come out of where the creature was hit, and it makes a strength save, which it fails promptly.
Nice.
And it's now restrained by the magical vines.
Yay!
And that brings us to, is that Ireena's turn?
Yeah, she's too scared to move.
All right. That brings us to Chance's turn.
All right. Okay. Chance kind of looking past, he sees the figure standing in the distance. Look back over his shoulder. Ireena, stay behind us, whatever you do. And he is going to run up right about here, right where he's seeing Yog swarmed by all the... And he's like, where's your manners, you deathless curs? Don't you know to take your dinner one at a time? And he will pull out his dagger and with like a burst of wind magic around him, I am going to cast Thunderwave at 2nd level, and I'm going to make it both careful and empowered. So Yog will save against this spell, no matter what. And then it is also an empowered spell. So it's going to hit everybody, and including Yog right here. It's not going to hit Nyla.
Okay.
With this electrical blast, let me...
And is it a save?
All right. So let me get the final damage. It is a strength saving throw, DC 14. Yog automatically saves.
Okay, so
All right,
this
so
one
it's
saves.
17 points of damage.
And then
Nice.
it's halved on saves.
Halved on saves. And if they fail their saving throw, they get knocked back 10 feet.
Oops, I made the wrong saves on the other, so let me just subtract what I would from that. Oh, it's actually more on the con save, so that they still would have. The first one still would have failed. The second one would have saved, and the first zombie fails. Second zombie makes it. Third zombie fails. So the first one failed. How much damage total? 17?
17 thunder damage.
Are they moved in any directions?
They are moved 10 feet back from wherever they're standing. It's just kind of like an arc. So if you want to pump them, like that or whatever, it doesn't really matter. Except Yog stays perfectly still. But it is 8 points of damage. Sorry, Yog.
He's still alive, although hurt.
The ones that did fail, they should be pushed away, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I'm still doing the math. I have to do each hit
think
point
he's
individually.
Killing some things.
No worries.
Well, that one made it. No, that one failed, so that one goes back. This one's the one that made it. This one just goes flying as a corpse. This one goes back, and then this one goes. This one made it. All right. All right, so you just come out and you do your thunder wave, and Yog, you feel that kind of hit your back, and you feel some bruise, your muscles heat up as the bruises start to swell. But you see this one zombie that was sort of gnawing on you get thrown back. This zombie you hear like sickening crunches. This one just falls dead and kind of skitters away. Same here. This one these two you can see that like chunks of their flesh get ripped away, but they kind of dig their sharp toenails or claws into the ground, or they have too big of a grip on you to get thrown away currently. But two of them are down, and is that Coleman's turn?
Chance is going to, as a bonus action. So from this burst of magic, you actually see kind of his coat flutter open, and it seems like there's like a wind, and he flies 10 feet over Nyla. Just kind of lands, and he is going to continue running. So I still have 25 feet of movement left. Since it was 20 to get here, 20 to get here, 10 free flying, and then I move another 25. So 2, 3, 4, 5, as he's kind of rushing towards this darker figure. And that'll be his turn.
Oh my.
Okay. Seeing how Ireena's arrow shot and sprouted into vines that wrapped around this undead corpse, I then turn back to her and say, blah, 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 stay close to me. And then I'm going to cast Entangle. Let's see. I want to target these two in a 20-foot cube to be difficult terrain. And here, let me post the... I forget how
Probably get 3 if you push it over. Oh no, I guess you can only get.
No, I can only get 2.
Yeah.
So I drew that little square. Is that about right? Or should it be?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I need them to make strength saving throws for me. The DC is 14.
All right, very good. All right, so the regular zombie fails by 1 point. The Strahd zombie fails by 2 points.
Okay, so they're considered grappled and restrained. Their movement is 0. And then on their turn, they have to use an action to do a strength check against my spell DC to free itself. And that 20-foot area is considered difficult terrain, which is half movement for that. And then I'm going to take my movement to go closer. Hold on. To Miss Ireena, the defender, and then I look back and say, "Don't worry, it'll be okay." And then I'm gonna burn my wild shape.
You're burning your wild shape?
Yeah, my first one.
Okay. What are you turning into?
Direwolf.
Yay!
Yeah.
Ireena looks armed and intrigued, but very distracted. Oh my gosh, your token.
I know.
And that brings us to, is that...
Gnarl in the direction of my enemies.
So you hear that. Is it just like a magical transformation, or is there like a lot of cracking and popping like a werewolf, or...
I consider it like a very swift magical movement transitioning into a creature.
Yeah, I think so too, considering it's a bonus action. So yeah, it's...
Yeah.
All right, and that
it's not much on a visual, but...
Right.
fucking direwolf now.
That brings us down to, last but not least, Hildegard. Who is talking, but we are not hearing.
Oh no! The mic problem.
Oh.
Wait, there it is.
Now,
Never mind. Never mind.
Hildegard, reboot real quick, Discord, and jump back in, and then I'm going to try and help you with this real quick. I think I know the problem.
My goodness,
Can
the
you guys
Raven
see the
Queen
Raven
demands
Yes.
so much of her.
Is it working?
It is, but look, I think I know what I suspect. I know what might be happening. Okay, so in your Roll20, click on the settings button, the little gear icon in the top right hand corner, and scroll down to where you have. Keep scrolling down to where you can see where it says, "I want to broadcast to others," and then there's a drop down. Make sure you select nothing. I want to receive from others. Make sure you select nothing, and then hit reconnect.
Wait, what?
All right, so in the Roll20,
Yes.
you know where the chat thing is, all the way in the upper right-hand corner.
Yeah, I pressed on the gear.
Okay, now scroll down further. It's near the bottom. You'll see something that says, "I want to broadcast to others," and "I want to receive from others."
Yeah, okay, I see it.
Make sure both of those say nothing. And then click the reconnect button,
Yeah, then reboot. Yeah.
and then refresh your Roll20. Now try talking. Oh, she's
Hi.
refreshing. Okay, cool.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that might be the actual problem with what's going on with you.
Because it's not on the same device. Like my Roll20 is on my computer, but I'm talking to you guys on my phone.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I don't know. I was hoping that might fix the problem, but yeah, then yeah, we'll see. But all right, anyway, so it's your turn. What are you up to?
Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna still rebooting, but I was gonna walk up to Yog, like right behind him, and cast Cure Wounds.
Okay.
And wait, I can see the map. Okay, good. And I realized the thing with Clerics of the Grave. Just a second. Scientist case volume. It's like told. Yeah, okay, I can make it. And I think this ability, because I'm a Cleric of the Grave, when I cure people, it's the hit points that you regain are maxed out.
That's only if they're unconscious.
Is it? Because wait, yeah, because you played one. I just remember.
Yeah.
Okay, so just gonna take a second so I can. Actually, I'm gonna roll with one of my dice.
That's fine. Just tell them how much you'll get back. Come on, Seamus, you gotta get out of here. Come on.
8.
So 8 points back. And anything else?
No, that was my movement and my action.
All right. So that brings us to top of the turn order with Strahd. He looks a little bit. He kind of steps out to the edge of the mist so everyone can see him a bit better now, and he kind of his smile kind of turns more to like an annoyed sneer, and he just kind of disappears, fades away. Sort of fades into the mist. Looks like he turns to mist.
Oh, whoops.
And that brings us to Yog's turn.
All right. Still being a tactical genius, Yog is going to keep on swinging. This time we're going to use his inspiration instead of a reckless attack die and make a swing towards this thing over here.
All right.
That's a 24 to hit
That would be a hit.
for 10 points of slashing damage. And that will be turn for him.
All right, you definitely chop off a good chunk of one of its limbs. Thuds to the ground. It's kind of gross. It's just all sort of black ooze instead of blood because it's all dead blood. And that brings us to the zombies, regular zombies. This one can still, I'm assuming he can still attack from where he's standing, Zana?
Yeah, he can. It's just his movement's 0 right now because he's restrained and grappled.
Yeah, this one's a particularly mindless zombie, so he just still sees his meat to eat in front of him, so he's just kind of reaching out to do that with a 17 and 3 points of bludgeoning damage to Yog. And that brings us to the other zombies. The regular zombies are dead. That brings us to Nyla. Yeah, Thud.
Okay, so I will just run up to this one that's entangled and try and finish it off. Okay, 19?
19 hits.
Mm-hmm. 7 damage.
All right, again, you just kind of come up and you whack into the spot that it's already been hit. And it's still kind of, it doesn't feel any pain. It just kind of turns its gaze towards you, its lifeless gaze. You definitely took a nice slice out of it. That brings us to the Strahd zombies.
Oh, well, wait, I want to bonus action disengage.
Okay, very good.
And just kind of back up a little bit, like looking towards Ireena, just in case this guy isn't gone yet, you know. So, like, yeah, right here, probably. No, done.
All right. And next thing is Strahd zombies. Okay, so we're gonna start with we'll start with the one that's entangled. It is going to use its action to attempt to break free, and it is a strength save.
Strength check.
Strength check.
That's a check, not a save.
Okay. Yeah, there's only one way to do it here, so.
Yeah.
So that's strength, natural 20, so he does break.
Yeah. Still
But
difficult turn still.
That's his action, so he gets 5. That's all he can really do at this point. I guess he can move out into his companion there. Move out of it, I should say. And now we'll go with this one that's attacking Yog. Leads with his face. He takes a 18 hits for 30 piercing. Then he claw misses. Or does he? No, you didn't reckless attack last time. Okay, so yeah, 2 misses. He does manage to nip you with his teeth. You know, you feel a couple of them shatter in his head, but he definitely scrapes against your flesh there. And then that brings us to the last one, who is going to actually 5, 10. Going to go ahead and he's actually attacking Hildy. He's fresh meat. Fresh meat. Natural 20.
Oh,
So 9 piercing damage with a bite. And he does kind of reach out and claw at you. An 8 misses.
Yeah, it does.
And another natural 20. So,
Stop it!
so 4 more points of slashing damage.
Cow.
So 10. Wow.
Hang in there.
And that ends the Strahd zombies' turn. Yes, that is their turn, and that brings us to Ireena.
Ireena watches him fade to mist and just takes a small step right about here. I can move my token.
Oh, you have the measurement tool selected. Make sure you have the arrow at the top of the bar. and that'll allow you to move.
Simple fix. It's not very far. It's not very much, but a fear sets in her as she holds the direwolf almost for comfort. And under her breath, she says, "You've taken so much from me. Take no more." And she ends her turn there. There's nothing she can do. Nothing she can psychologically do, at least.
Alright. Alright, and that Ireena has ended her turn. That brings us to Chance.
All right, Chance is going to step into the difficult terrain. So he kind of steps into some of the weeds and is going to try to lightning lure this one and drag him back in.
Oh my goodness.
That's awesome. What is the... It's a
Oh.
DC...
That's sweet. It's a strength save 14. Oh my
God,
god,
no.
they're 20s. So it's like it's like a lightning whip that just kind of uncoils from his hand, and he tries to lash it around the creature's ankle, but doesn't seem to do it.
Mathematically impossible.
Yeah, I know, right? It sucks. I hate roll 20s, like random
That's
number
great.
generator. But then out of nowhere, I'll get nothing. Everybody will get nothing but crap rolls, and then you guys will get all good rolls. It's ridiculous. I just think they could use a better system. I feel terrible about it, but yeah. But all right.
I'll move back out, so then that's 15 feet. So now 20. Should be right about here. It's my turn.
Okay, so seeing Strahd vanish out of nowhere, I'm gonna just hold my action for if he gets close to Ireena, I'm gonna bite into him.
All right. And that brings us to Hildegard.
Okay. Hildegard is going to... Yeah, I'm going to use my necrotic shroud.
What is it?
Yeah, you gotta tell me what it is. I don't ever get to play, so I don't know.
What you guys see is just her eye. Well, if you guys are looking, her eyes turn into pools of darkness, and she has skeletal wings sprouting out from her back. And essentially, I think it's people in a 10-foot radius has to make a charisma saving throw or be afraid. And it also deals necrotic damage equal to her level.
All right.
Awesome.
1, 2. Charisma save? A natural 20. I get a... Come on, man. Give me a break.
Stop.
That's the first one. Now the next one rolls a 6. There we go. Right, so this one rolls a 6. This one. What was the range on it? You said 20. Yeah, so all of them.
10 feet.
Still, all of them are pretty much hit. Hold on. Yeah. Does Yog have to make one too, or no? Is he safe?
It
Failure.
says each creature.
And a failure.
Oh shit! And they. It says. At the end of each of your turns, Each creature within 10 feet of you take radiant damage equal to half your level. Sorry, it's not. That's not it. I was looking at Scourge as a mark, not Scourge. It's Fallen. Never mind. So it's. Yeah, so it's really just the frightened thing and the necrotic damage.
All right. So how much damage?
Three should be. Per level.
It's on. It's when I deal damage. So right now it does nothing. It's just frightened.
Okay, gotcha. So do they have to move or anything like that? I think that these guys are immune.
I think they're just considered frightened. Like it's just, they're.
It's your action to pop. But
Yes,
you still have a bonus action to deal damage, so you can do that right now if you still have a bonus.
Oh, I can do damage.
Yeah, at the end of each of your turns.
I just don't have a bonus action for damage.
Oh, so you use your bonus action, so then yeah, you don't do it this time.
All right, well that's it.
All right, so that brings us to the top of the turn order. And Zani, you are holding an action. I'm not going to make this. What's your passive perception?
My passive is still my own passive perception because I keep all my mental stats in my direwolf form. It is 16.
16, okay.
Wow, nice.
Oh wow.
I'm also the prettiest of wolves.
Okay, so you definitely don't see Strahd with his natural 20 friggin' stealth roll of 34.
Stop!
Oh my God.
Ireena pats your butt because you're a good dog.
My tail instantly tucks between my legs and I blush.
All right, so that we'll say that's the distraction. That you got your tail between your legs. You're feeling pretty good. The zombies are looking good. Zombies are looking to be going down. Strahd seems to have fled, as if that's a word. But
Fled.
Ireena, I
It
need.
is now.
Yeah, fleed's a word now. Ireena, I need you to make a will save first.
Oh no.
Dang it.
Well, it was nice playing with you guys. Until next week,
No.
Right, wisdom saving throw.
Good.
Nice job.
Oh.
Okay. You hear a voice just right by your ears. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean anything, because you passed your save, but you hear a familiar voice whisper in your ears. Tonight, when you camp, leave them and come to me, and I will spare them. And then nothing.
Ooh.
And that brings us to Yog's turn.
Well, there's only one thing to do, and that would be swinging an axe. Let's go back to being reckless, because why not?
You have less
That's
than
an
a chill
18
on your
to hit.
spine. That would be a hit. Which one were you swinging at?
It's still the same one, being the one that attacks the most times, for 6 points of slashing damage. And that will be turn as well.
All right,
That's a minimum damage roll. Jesus.
I definitely doctored and rolled 20 today, or at least that's how it looks, even to me. And that brings us to zombies. Zombie boy, there's one left, and he decides he wants to eat Yog from his position of vines holding him. There's my natural one. So yeah, he just he pulls at the vines, and like you kind of hear the sickening crunch as the vines kind of pull at its leg, and pulls his hip out of socket, and he just kind of falls forward in a stupid direction at a just impossibly painful looking angle. And then
I mean, he still has advantage from the reckless thing.
Oh, he does. Reckless. Honesty. Take 4 points of bludgeoning damage. And you can have a inspiration token for honesty.
All right.
That will be the last honesty inspiration token I give out, though, at least for this session, guys. Honesty is always appreciated, but yeah, I don't want you guys to necessarily always hang yourselves. DMs can make mistakes too. And that brings us to where'd my turn order go? That brings
It's
us.
me.
Yep, there we go, Nyla.
Cool. Okay, so we can't see what just happened. Like Strahd, as far as we know.
No, he whispered directly.
We didn't
It
see
was
him at all.
almost in her head, but he actually, like, you felt like his voice at your ear, Ireena, but nobody else knew what happened. No.
Okay, so we don't see him at all or anything. Okay.
Correct.
So I'll stay where I am, but I'll fire an arrow at the. I forgot how you do this thing. Oh, that zombie.
Okay.
That's attacking Hildine.
And that would be an advantage for you.
Yes. Okay. So I got a 23.
You're good.
11 damage to it.
All right, this one just gets an arrow right in its eye socket, and it's knocked backwards, but it's, you hear it crunches, its neck breaks, and it kind of lolls off to the side, and it's still coming, but does not have much left. And that brings us to the...
Okay.
Go ahead. You have another action, don't you?
Well, no, I don't have. I was gonna stay there. Well, can I use a bonus action to be like looking around to see if I could see Strahd at all?
No, perception would be an active check.
Okay.
You can,
Okay.
you can look around, but you wouldn't get a perception check. As of right now, you're not gonna, you don't see it.
Okay, that's fine.
And that would be the Strahd zombie's turn. So this one's we're going to start with the top one, who is currently trying to eat Hildegard. As he goes with a bite. 11 does not hit. I'm almost positive of that. Then a claw. A 5 does not hit. That I'm positive of as well.
Keep going down
And
that road.
an 11 does not hit again.
Hey.
I see my 20s have run out, folks. And the next one that is on Yog. Watch this be a natural 20. Nope, a 5 does not hit. And 2 claws.
It's a 12, but still isn't.
Oh yeah, that's right. Thank you. 20 does. 2 slashing. And you know to half if you have to. And the next one is a 7, no hit. Yeah, my luck streak ran out, guys. Alright, so yeah, this thing just and chomps at you and can't pierce the little bit of armor you do wear, and then claws at you, and you manage to kind of just bat those away. And that brings us to Ireena.
Wasn't there a third zombie though?
No, there is not, right? Unless I have it covered. Yes, 1, 2, yes there is. Thank you again for your honesty. I have too many screens open, guys. That would be a hit for 3 piercing. Claw. That's a hit for 3 slashing. And does the, 19 hits for 4 slashing.
Alright. At this point, Yog is bleeding profusely. He looks around at the zombies and goes, "This all you got?"
Alright, and that brings us to Ireena.
Upon hearing Strahd's voice in her ear, the hairs on the back of her neck raise, and she just can't help but find herself biting her finger. And something snaps too as she slowly reaches for another arrow and carefully aims for one near Grog. And boop. And
That's a miss. Double nines.
Oh no.
She's very distracted right now.
All right, so the arrow just kind of whizzes past, and that brings us to so you're shooting at one near, yeah.
Coleman.
I guess, yep, Coleman.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Coleman is going to rush in 1, 2, 3, 4, right here, and he's going to face this direction and do another thunder wave. So it'll hit both the two zombies in front of him. But won't hit Yog or anybody. All right, then you need to make con saves. 7 thunder damage.
All right, so the regular zombie makes it, but still 7 thunder damage. He
Half if they succeed.
half of that. Okay. And the Strahd zombies. How many of them were you able to get? All 3 or just 2?
No, just 2.
Okay.
Right here.
Another save, but
All right, they both succeed.
oh, that one hadn't been hit yet. Okay.
And once again, like the air just kind of swirls around him and he flies 10 feet back to right about here without provoking attack.
All right. Very good. And that brings us to, where's my turn order screen? That brings us to Zana.
I'm going to do a perception check.
Okay.
I have advantage because I have keen hearing
All right, go
as
ahead.
a dire wolf. Perception. I don't hear anything.
No.
So I'm going to. That was my action to do that, right?
Yes.
Okay. So then I'm going to kind of nudge a little bit into Ireena, and then kind of like lean my head down enough so that she can get on me.
Sick.
Ooh, I like this.
And that'll end my turn since I have to wait for her.
All right, and that brings us to Hildegard.
Okay, you guys can hear me?
Yes, we
Yeah,
can.
yes.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to... is there a zombie around me that is frightened right now? Like one of the 2 that's within range?
Yeah, both of these are.
Okay, great. Well, I'll just pull my hand axe out and swing at the one that's right beside me. The
Okay.
one that attacked.
Okay. That would be a hit.
Okay. So 4 slashy.
All right, so your axe kind of pierces through that arrow that was stuck in its eye and splits it, and then thunk right into the face of the zombie, and you pull it out, and like it just falls in a crumpled heap at your feet.
Nice. I killed it. Yay! And as a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds at a 2nd level on Yog.
Healing word.
Yeah, healing words.
Sorry,
Yeah.
healing word. Thank you. Good thing you're there.
I'd actually called it. I don't know the player stuff quite as well, but healing word's such a common spell that I'll catch stuff like that.
It happens all the time.
Yeah. And go ahead and click it. It should be in the same place. There you go.
Yeah.
7
I'm just
points
slow.
back.
I'm just slow.
It's all good. And that brings us to top
Yeah, so
of the.
set.
Is that it, or are you going to move?
No, that's it. I don't want the other one to get an attack opportunity.
All right. And that brings us to top of the turn order. And Yog, what are you doing? Ireena, you don't feel any sign of Strahd near you anymore.
Alright.
Well, Yog, feeling revitalized, is going to say, because he's obviously facing the other way, like, whoever that was, thanks. And he's going to swing his axe. Well, fuck it, we'll use the inspiration again. This thing over here, and hopefully. Oh my god.
Just you kind of whiff, just right as it's starting to move. Maybe you're a little distracted with whoever you're talking to behind you, and you swing and just you don't connect. And that brings us. Go ahead.
I guess that's the turn then. And as he swings, he just got like shit.
And
loses his grip on his axe.
All right, so we're going to start with this zombie. This is the one that's feared, so that means he gets disadvantage on his attacks. Or no, it's the regular zombie. So yes, this zombie was hit by the spell. So, and I'm looking back up real quick. Mm-hmm.
He can use his action to get out of it.
Oh, he's not trying to. I'm asking about the fear.
Oh, if he's attacking, the guard he should have disadvantage against.
Okay, yeah. This one's still trying. This particular one, it's the zombie, is still trying to Yog. So 17 to hit with 5 bludgeoning damage, if that hits.
17 definitely hit.
Yeah, right. That brings us to Nyla.
Okay. I will. How's this zombie looking?
That one's barely been touched.
Okay. So, I will do, as a bonus action, I'm going to choose that creature to do Hexblade's Curse.
Okay.
And then, so that means I gain bonus to damage rolls against him equal to my proficiency bonus. And I get a critical hit on a 19 or 20 on the
Very
D20.
Good. Sure.
And, yep, all that fun stuff. So, but I'll do it with my arrow. I'm pretty sure I can do that. Because it's just any attack rolls and damage. So, yeah, okay. Okay, so I got a 15.
That would hit.
To hit.
Come on, you know that hits a zombie.
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't know if they were different than the other one I was focusing on. Okay, 12 damage.
All right, yeah, you definitely you curse it, and you know your arrows go out. What is like
yeah?
What does that look like?
Yeah, I feel like it was just like she's just sort of like looking at it, and then she can just like she almost like looks at her hand, and then she just like points at it, and you can see like this weird like dark energy just kind of like shoot out of her finger real fast and like surround him, and then she hits him with her arrow like right after, but she looks like very shocked that it happened even. Like, so she just sort of like after she hits it, she's just kind of like, what? And kind of, yeah, looking confused.
All right, and very good, very good. I like it. I always like it when spellcasters do their spell descriptions like that. I like the way it sounds, because typically, again, you guys know the descriptions better than me. So,
yeah.
And that brings us to Strahd zombies. So the one that has not been touched very much is going to take an attack at Yog. It's going to try to bite him. With a 15, does that hit?
That's 8.
3 piercing. Claw definitely does not hit. And slashing, since 15 hit, I'm assuming 16 will as well, so that would be 4 more
Yep.
slashing points. And that is that one, so I've got one more. Oh, this one here. Well, he got knocked back. He's going to take a nip. I just feel like zombies always have to attack whatever's closest, generally. That's a miss.
Makes sense.
Because they're not going to be able to discern threats quite as well as others. And 3 misses. This one just is 3 strikes. He's about to be out, hopefully. But yeah, he definitely does not gain purchase on the flesh of the half-orc. And with that, we come to Ireena.
My heart is pounding. She grabs the scruff of Zana. Excuse me, sorry, Nyla. She grabs the scruff of Zana and kips up onto the dire wolf and sits aloft, drawing yet another arrow and unleashing at particularly the one just beyond Yog. That way, Hildegard can still attack her target. Come on. Really?
The build-up's so great.
Yeah, it is. Ireena's just out of sorts. She's been trapped in the house for too long. Her fingers are numb or something like that. Believe me, I can relate. And that brings us to
Does she
Coleman.
move on the dire wolf? I mean, like, you're riding a
have
dire
to
wolf now.
Yeah, she has to.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
But you do hear her mutter something under her breath, Zana, and it's probably an old curse.
All right, Coleman.
All right, Coleman is going to stand exactly where he is, and is going to hold his hands out again for another pulse of Thunderwave. For another 7 points of thunder damage. And the Constitution saving throws.
Which
As
one's
he's gonna
he
hit,
hitting?
He's gonna hit the 2 in front of him, so it's
Strahd, zombie, and
basically
zombie.
from him.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right here. And he's gonna try to throw him back into the difficult terrain. Why not?
All right. So a Strahd zombie passes. The zombie does not.
Yay! All right, that's 7 points of damage.
Nice.
All right, so this zombie goes back into the when you hit him with the thunder wave, he goes flying back into the entangle, and just a particularly strong, sharp branch is poking out, and it just kind of impales him in the neck, just at the base of the skull, and you see the branch stick out the front of his face, and he dies on it.
Damn. And then, like, from that pulse, Chance is actually going to get blasted back 10 feet. Every time he does this, it's like a build-up charge from like electricity in his hands, and then it's just a massive boom of thunder, and the sheer, like, the wind of it just kind of moves him, even like way up into the air, and he lands every time. His landings are never really quite pretty, but
That's awesome.
kind of
Yeah,
stumbles
that's
a bit.
seriously cool looking.
I'm picturing him one time like going to put his heel down, like, since his landings aren't pretty, and he goes to put his other foot down, and he accidentally does like a nasty split where his pants get all tight around his crotch, and he's like,
Oh yeah.
"Oi!"
Oh, like, for sure. Like, this time he got bumped back and like kind of landed and like stuttered a bit in the dirt, and then just bumped right into Nyla, and then right, and then turns right around. Like, rolling up
But in
his
the
sleeves
air.
again.
He's your Superman.
And that
And
brings
that's
us to
that's his turn.
Zana.
Okay, so let me see, how much movement do I have? I have 50 movement. So I'm gonna
All the movement.
blah, 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 blah. And right now, Ireena's kind of like a hat for me because I'm a large creature. So I'm gonna move
On the way.
5, 7, I'm gonna move somewhere around here, and I'm going to attack that zombie with my bite attack using pack tactics.
All right.
So that's roller. So 1d20 plus 5. Okay. I'll roll, but I have advantage, so I have to roll again. Does a 15 hit?
Oh yeah, the 13 hit. So
Okay, so that's 2d6 plus 3.
druids are wonky. They don't always have the attacks they need because they're wild shape. So that's why you see her rolling.
He takes 8 piercing damage. I now need him to make a strength saving throw. DC 13 or be knocked prone.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll the saving throw real quick because I know how people are about that. Oh, he wouldn't have been knocked prone, but considering that he only had 3 hit points left and you finished him off, he definitely you grab him and with just this massive direwolf maw and just bite him right
I do
in
like
half.
that thing that dogs do with like a toy and then just like drag him around with my head.
So you're shaking him around and just old dried blood and guts and just gore and skin and flesh and bone are flying all over everybody around you. Ireena's no longer since she's mounted on you. Ireena's not looking quite the dainty lass anymore.
No, but she's scratching the hell from behind your ears. Who's a good wolf? Get him.
Instinctually, my back leg immediately just goes thump, 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 thump.
I love it. And is that turn?
That's my turn.
All right, that brings us to Hildegard.
That was only 25, so I can technically still move.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm going to move back over here. Oh, I would probably move back over here, so she would still get line of sight to throw an arrow if the turn comes to it.
All right.
You know, if
That's my turn.
And that brings us to Hildegard.
Okay, I'm gonna swing at the one right here, and yeah, with my hand axe again.
That would be a hit.
That hits. Yeah. And I forgot to mention last time, but this time I add a 3 points of necrotic damage.
Okay. So 8 total points.
5 slashing and 3 necrotic.
Nice.
All right, this thing is just barely hanging on. You cut into it, and like even the necrotic damage kind of freezes the skin up a little bit, and makes the already black blood a little bit blacker. You see maggots kind of pouring out of its wounds, but
disgusting.
It's still hanging on. Is that Hildegard's turn? Is that your turn?
Yeah, that was my turn.
All right, and that brings us to Yog.
All right. Yog is going to yank his axe out of the ground where he struck earlier. He's going to turn to face the remaining zombie, and he's going to prepare an overhead reckless swing with his great axe and hopefully hit something this time. 19 to hit.
Oh, he definitely hits.
For 16 points of slashing.
All right, this thing is coming out to bite at you, and this time you're ready for it. You just swing across with your axe and catch it right in between its lips, and the entire top half of its head just flies into the air like a friggin' like a ball, and it flies off into the mist off to the side, and the rest of it falls in a messy lump at your feet.
So as soon as that thing dies, like some of that black stuff that you saw shoot out of her hand kind of like flies out of that zombie and like goes into her.
Ooh, very cool. I like that.
Thank you.
And
Yeah,
that...
and as the body hits the ground, Yog is going to slam his axe back into the ground, and he's just going to scream like,
All right, so drawing no attention at all. But I love it. All right, guys, so that Actually, Strahd does not seem to be anywhere in sight currently. So I'm going to end the combat.
All right.
And allow you guys to
Yeah,
react
Chance
accordingly.
is like looking around for Strahd, but when he can't see him, he turns to Hildy, who has bone wings. You said?
Yeah, she has skeletal wings and pitch black eyes.
Yeah, Nyla's probably staring between her own hands and Hildy, like back and forth.
Yeah. All right.
Hildegard.
It's like
stepping back.
Hildegard is not looking at any of you. She has one wing curled up over her shoulder and kind of stroking like really lightly with two fingers one of the bones, just kind of curiously looking at it.
Like he's approaching an animal. Chance is gonna kind of like real slow, kind of get up over here. He's like, Hildegard, you still with us now?
She slowly turns her head to you. What was that last part?
You still with us, eh?
I'm here.
You've not gone all crazy. You're not one of them, are you?
She folds her wings back, like they're still out, but they're just folded back. I'm still me, Chance. I'm still with you.
What the hell is that then?
Ireena whistles awkwardly and... So you're from out of town?
And she says, the back of a dire wolf.
I've seen my father sprout wings like those, so I suppose it goes with being an Azamar, except his weren't skeletal. They were beautiful feathered wings with light all around them. I suppose this goes with being fallen.
My lord, from the heavens above.
So does that make you some sort of angel then? I don't know the first thing about it.
I have celestial blood, and with that, the wings vanish and her eyes are back to a clear, cold silver.
My dear, this is a heavy burden you carry with you.
She says nothing.
Nyla, like, oh, sorry. go ahead.
She's just gonna bow her head.
All right,
And Irena's gonna go off to Yog and attempt to handle Animal. You know, if he's still in his rage. And cast Cure Wounds on him.
I straight up to Grog so she can.
All right.
Yog.
Go ahead and click
Do I
Cure
actually
Wounds.
roll
And
hand,
yeah,
or-
you can click it in the and then what's going to happen is a pop-up's going to ask, and it's going to ask you. A pop-up's going to show up. It generally shows up below your character sheet though, so you might have to. Oh no, you don't have to roll animal handling to handle Yog.
Oh.
He came down. He let his rage wear off.
I think the animal
Oh,
handling
in
was
that
for
case.
me.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Because she's on my back right now.
Got it. Okay, yeah. So the 19, yeah, you definitely are able to get off without falling.
All right, let me see.
Now, when you click on the cure wound spell, nothing might happen. If you don't see anything happen, minimize your character sheet or move it off to the side. There's actually a window that pops up that says cast at what level. There you go. And in the distance, not able to tell where, you guys hear wolves. Not too far, not too close, howling. Again, Zana, you automatically notice that there's
What are they
no.
saying?
They're not actually saying anything. There's no rhyme or reason.
Hmm.
Not like a pack would have.
All right, we don't have much time. It's clear that whatever our ruse was didn't work.
Yeah.
That was him, weren't it?
Where
That
did
was
he
Strahd.
go?
I don't know. He vanished. He could be anywhere. But right now, we got to move.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a marking for his mark so he knows we're in trouble. But we better move double time.
Agreed.
And Chance will steal off and like make a chalk marking on like the edge of the bridge of the danger, and we're being followed,
All right, very good.
or the under attack, I suppose.
All right, so you guys move along.
Yeah.
You
I
get-
want to say to Hildy as we're like walking, I'll be like, I thought it actually looked pretty cool.
Before moving along, Yog is just gonna give me a second, will you?
Yeah, mate, you all right?
Yeah,
You
what's
had
wrong?
5 of them on you at once. You weren't bitten, were you? Is that how you turned into a zombie? I don't know anything about it. You okay, lad?
I mean, I'm still alive, so I'm fairly sure I'm not going to turn into anything. At least I hope so. Just a bit exhausting to have this many new scars in a day.
Yeah. I feel you, mate.
That's adorable.
I think-
Can I approach Yog and with my paw, like pat him on the shoulder and do like a medicine check in my terrible form, just so I know.
Yeah, I mean, again, if you're still technically, you still have Zana's mind in there, then I wouldn't see why not.
Yeah. So, how hurt is he? What's the state of your health look at, bro?
What's your hit points at?
I mean, on a scale from 1 to 32, it looks like about a 15.
That's actually
Yeah.
good.
The wolf kind of makes like a really contemplated face at you, if a wolf could make that much detailed of an expression. And just shrugs and then stands up and then goes over towards Ireena and bows the head down so Ireena can get on because I'm faster than her.
Ireena looks on after Chance as he does the markings, and her gaze follows the river. She looks distant, and the sorrow in her eyes very apparent. She doesn't notice you at first.
I sniff at her. And I sort of like nudge her with my head.
Zana, forgive me. She climbs on your back. And asks sort of no one in particular, can you really do it? Can you really defeat him?
Can't talk,
Mm.
but I bark.
He pats you solemnly.
All right, so you
Kind of
got
hearing it. Chance is kind of lost in his own thought too, but he kind of hears it. Says,
Look, I don't know what you found yourself into, what kind of trouble you've got, but if there's one thing I do know, is that I've never had a storm that's kept me under. Doesn't matter how dangerous, doesn't matter what they say about it. We'll find a way out. That's my promise.
Yeah, honestly, Strahd is a huge douchebag, and he needs to go.
Nod,
So-
nod, 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 nod.
Oh my god, Chase!
He's gonna call you a plaything. Like, that's not okay.
She smiles warmly, most especially at Chance and his very eager promise. And it's a quiet journey for her.
yeah,
So you guys.
I mean, he'll be urging pretty fast movement, I think.
All right.
We
So
will for an hour.
Wait, before we leave, I want to like look at all the undead and see if it's my fiance.
not a single one. No.
Damn.
Oh my god! What?
Just to make sure.
Oh my god!
So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I do that real fast.
All right. So yeah, you guys move on. It's definitely not no fiancés there, but you move on down the sign.
Good.
And you do come to a crossroads. It's odd though, because it's it's not uncommon to see these kind of things about in particularly in very rural areas, but it's just kind of off-putting to see something like an old gallows in the middle of nowhere in a strange land. It's an old wooden gallows. It creaks in a chill wind that blows down from the high ground to the west. A frayed length of rope dances from its beam. The road is well worn and splits here. A signpost opposite of this gallows points off in 3 directions. Barovia Village, back the way you guys came. Sayre Pool to the northwest. And Ravenloft Vallaki to the southwest. The northwest fork slants down and disappears into the forest, while the southwest fork clings to an upward slope, going upwards towards the mountain that you can just barely see without the top of the mist. Across from the gallows, a low wall, crumbling in places, partially encloses a small plot of graves shrouded in the fog. Now, when you guys are getting there, you're kind of looking around and looking at the different signs. At some point, you're not really looking at the gallows, and then you hear a thunk and a creaking noise behind you coming from it. And then when you kind of glance that direction, there was nothing before. Now hangs a lifeless gray body. The breeze slowly turns the hanged figure towards you, so that it can fix its dead eyes upon you. And Chance, Zana, Ireena, Hildegard, and Yog, you all see what appears to be just a fat old Barovian peasant man, dressed in very plain clothing. Older, again, very dead. Nyla, what you see is a blinking face with a smile that doesn't touch the eyes that are blinking at you of your fiance. And on that note, we are going to end the session.
Oh no!
Oh
Okay.
no!
That's not good.
F you guys in my natural 20s making fun of me for it. I tried to cheat. No, I did not, definitely. But yeah, what a cliffhanger, huh?
Yeah. I'm scared.
That's great.
And Grace, I will get with you throughout the week about what Ireena would do and whatnot.
Of course.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
No, it
party
was
in the desert
really
for a week,
fun.
you guys. Won't be here next week.
Yeah. Yeah, she's
It's
gonna be
fun.
wasting
It definitely brings life to Ireena to have
Yeah.
somebody play her. She's
That
such a
was
cool
fun.
character.
Yeah, it's really cool.